still.
What, me from the past?
Were the Salem witches legit?
Well, in fact, it was a falsehood that arose due to the Salem witch trials that occurred in the late 1600s in northern colonial America. This is partially due to the eruption of commerce in this area at this time.
Oh.
In the mid-18th century, colonial cities were growing. Brick row houses started replacing wooden structures, and large buildings, churches, and mansions were expanding. In contrast, the southern colonies were more focused on agricultural developments.
The increased production in the north led to an increased number of merchants in that area. Eventually, 3 major ports emerged: Boston, New York City, and Philadelphia. Currently, these cities remain predominantly urban.
While slaves were still treated harshly, they had a greater legal standing.
Slavery was needed more in the south than in the north because the raising of crops required more labor.
Let's move on to women in the northern society.
Did women contribute to society?
Yes, women contributed to society. Women had greater work opportunities. For example, labor on farms.
Women still had few legal rights, though. They still could not vote, and they still couldn't buy or sell property.
Interesting. Want to know something else?
What?
The Salem witch trials.
Oh yeah, those are bizarre.
Zooey mama.
It all started in February 1692. Several Salem girls accused a West Indian slave woman named Tibia of practicing witchcraft.
Witchcraft.
People would be burned, hung, or stoned.
That's crazy. Because of the Salem witch trials, it caused many people to make changes in the way that they viewed the world.
That leads us right into the Enlightenment.
Woohoo! Oh yes, the Enlightenment traveled from Europe to the colonies and spread very quickly.
And don't forget Benjamin Franklin, who is one of the leading champions of the Enlightenment. Oh yeah! But what exactly was the Enlightenment?
Now it's time for the open letter.
Let's see what John Locke has to say about the Enlightenment.
You got
Here we go. From English philosopher John Locke, 1690. To understand political power aright and derive it from its original, we must consider what estate all men are naturally in, and that is a state of perfect freedom to order their actions and dispose of their possessions and persons as they think fit, within the bounds of the law of nature, without asking leave or depending on the will of any other man. Wow, very good, John Locke. Like Locke was saying, the Enlightenment is a new wave of thinking that occurred in the 17th and 18th centuries that focused more on reason than tradition.
Still.
What? Me from the past?
How did the Great Awakening happen?
Well, the Puritan Church was in decline, which led to the Great Awakening.
Well, what is the Great Awakening?
You're so stupid. was a series of religious revivals in the British colonies in the 17th and 18th centuries. Both the Enlightenment and the Great Awakening stressed the importance of de-emphasizing the role of church authority.
That concludes what happened in the commercial north. Thank you. Have a great day.